welcome back to my channel. So sorry I didn't make this video yesterday like I said I would. I did finish the book yesterday, but then I got busy and I wasn't feeling so well, so I laid down, watched some Buffy, and just relaxed. But I did finish this book. I started this book. I didn't get much into it, like I said, I wasn't feeling well. And then today I was doing other stuff and I just didn't get to reading it. Where am I? I'm on chapter 1. So like at the very beginning, I mean I did read a little bit because I did read the prologue, but prologues are short. Actually, the second book, I don't think the prologue was as short as most prologues. Still short, but not as short. But anyways, so I finished this book, and I very enjoyed it. And I know I said if as long as you knew what the first season was about on Ever After High, you didn't need to read the first book to read the rest of the books. This book, you do need to read if you want to read the third book, because it ends at a cliffhanger, and that's kind of what this book is about. How this book ends. But it was really good. I enjoyed it a lot, and the beginning was kind of boring, to be honest, but it did get really good. Everyone was out of control, not knowing what to do, since like Raven didn't sign Story of Legends, and then they all get into this highly secure room and starts messing with a bunch of very like Snow White's coffin, Cinderella's shoes, like important fairy tale things. And then so I don't know why Ashley's on the cover, because she didn't have like this huge part to play. Cerise kind of did, but yeah. And then Maddie ends up joining late, and then she and then they find out Headmaster Grimm's coming, and then everyone gets as far away as they could. Maddie did not. And then they find next to Maddie was this broken thing, which, and then this monster is released, and then everyone's like, what's going on? What is that? And then Maddie, Lizzie, and Kitty. I love this scene, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's 3 Wonderlandians, and they know what's going on when no one else does, besides, like, the staff. And they, like, get back against the wall, like breathing heavily, and they're like, it's the Jabberwocky, which is a big Wonderland beast, and they knew what it was because like they're Wonderlandians. Of course they knew what it was. But yeah, before that all happened, they had to go to this yesterday where they go to a bunch of like fairy tale people who already did their stories and get advice, I guess. Raven went to Cerise's to find out about how Red is doing, you know, with this huge secret from not following her story. But then, the Hoods and Wolves were going to like her Raven, so Cerise ends up revealing her secret about being half Hood, half Wolf, and then there's this big fight. I like that. I like that chapter. Because Cerise ended up winning both challenges, and so she saved herself from becoming banished, because she was going to be banished because she's like half Hood, half Wolf, and they did not like that. But anyways, so Maddie was going to be banished, and since Wonderland's quotas closed, they had to, so they were going to send her to Neverland, which she was not happy about, because she visited Neverland during her yesterday, and she did not like it. And then Raven and Apple decided to find a way to save her, and Maddie's dad was actually going to close up shop and go with her because he wanted to be with his little girl, you know. So she had 24 hours before they were going to do the whole banishment thing. So so they had 24 hours to do this. So they managed to hack into the hack into something to be able to bring up the mirror prison so that they could talk to the evil queen, because the spell they were going to do, they need her translation only a 38th level witch can do that, and there's very few in the world, her being one of them. She's like 40 something level sorceress. So but she said that they need to do a different spell to be able to show them what actually happened. So she told them the ingredients, but she couldn't say the ingredients. That's part of the thing about being the mirror prison. She can't do anything spell-wise, so she can't even spell ingredients. So she had to put them in riddles so they could find their own. So they had to solve all these riddles, find all these items, and then and they said that they couldn't talk to Maddie or anyone about this and get anyone's help. She lied about all that. So when she did see Maddie, Maddie thought she didn't care, which was really sad. Maddie thought Raven didn't care because Raven had to pretend like she did it so that Maddie wouldn't figure out what she's up to because she thought she couldn't tell her anything. But Maddie got really upset when she found out the truth, obviously. But they both ended up splitting up so they could divide the list and both find what they need. And they found everything. Raven started doing the spell with her mother when Apple had to clean the treasury, is what they called the room with all the stuff, because it had to be exactly how it was when the chaos struck. And then, but she couldn't do it all by herself, so even though she was told not to get any help, she had to. So she got royals and rebels together to work together. And she had to, because she forgot what it was like to be a leader. She didn't know how to be a leader anymore. But then in this moment, she figured it out. And she started leading them, and then she realized, and then she started telling people what to do to get everything fixed up. And she started putting royal, rebel, she put Hunter and Lizzie together because they both can build things. She put I don't remember who else did she put together. This was at the end of the book. I'm sure I'll be able to find it. It's here somewhere. Okay, I think I went a little too far. Let's see. This still a little too far. This is when they're about to discover the truth. Who did she put together? Because that's bugging me. I don't remember. Okay. Sparrow. Yeah, he helped, obviously. Let's see. I think I'm around these parts. Briar and Melody work together. Because they're both party people. They were Apple was trying to make this fun so that everyone would help out and everyone wanted to help out because Maddie was the one person everyone in the school liked. Good, rebels, royals, it didn't matter who. She's the one person that puts a smile on everyone's face, and she's the one person that everyone likes. I mean, obviously Lizzie and Kitty wanted to help because, they're all close, one landings and all. Cupid. Who did Cupid work with? Dexter, I think. Oh, Cedar and Cupid worked together, and Dexter helped out the two of them as well. And Daring and Kitty worked together. Who did Holly work with? I don't know. But yeah, they all split up, royals and rebels. Cerise and Duchess, maybe? No, they're both rebels. No, I think Duchess is royal. Cerise and Duchess, they had to. Cerise is really fast, and Duchess is really fast in swan form, so that the two of them had to go get supplies for Hunter and Lizzie to clean up the big gaping hole. And they decided to make it a race to make it more fun. See who could get back first. But yeah, so they had to do all that, and then Apple ended up having Gus and Crump go get the headmaster and the other staff there to prove, and Maddie and her dad, to prove that Maddie, because this was an evidence spell, and And then they came, and Apple was like, oh crap, we forgot Raven. And then the next chapter shows Raven's still trying to learn the spell, and then finally she ends up leaving the mirror net on, leaving the mirror prison on her mirror. And she ran to the treasury and ended up doing the spell. And then it showed, like, the smoke form or something, what happened from the very beginning. And then it showed how late Maddie was to the party, and how it showed how late Maddie was to the party, and then it showed the thing that the Jabberwocky was in, and it showed it's being skidded across the room by several of the students, and several students like stepping on it and cracking it. So they found out, and Maddie was like the one student that did not touch it at all. Like literally every student probably touched it except for Maddie. So they couldn't expel her or banish her, and they couldn't banish like every other student, because that would ruin like the storybook of legends, like all the stories or whatever. So yeah, so Maddie got off the hook, thankfully, and then Raven and Apple were all happy, and Maddie was happy, and was so happy that she actually did care. And then that's when Raven and Apple started talking and realized what her mother was planning, because these ingredients, even though they did help them, she was also trying to use them to escape her mirror prison. So they had to race there and stop her. It was difficult because she was so close of getting out, but they were able to stop her. And Raven had to smash the mirror. And then Raven and Apple went somewhere. Oh yeah, they had to go. I think they had to. What did they have to do? They had to like do something about Baba Yaga's house, because it moves. Like it literally walks. It like gets up, and it has like chicken legs, I guess, kind of, and then it can like run around or whatever. So I think they had to like stop it or something. But Maddie was trying to find them, and then she saw how the room was a mess from them trying to stop the Evil Queen's spell of getting out. And before she went to their room, she was talking to the narrator, trying to find a nice way to show her gratitude, and she's good at tricking the narrator into giving her information they're not supposed to. So she found out that the best way to find out what to do for them was by going to their room. So she went to their room and saw what it was a mess, and knew that it was not. I mean, she knew how to show Raven her gratitude, because Raven's her best friend. She doesn't really know Apple that well, but one thing she does know about Apple is that she's big on cleanliness and keeping things tidy, and the room was like the opposite of Apple, and she knew that would drive her crazy. So Maddie, being Maddie, gathered a bunch of students to all help make the place tidy, and when Raven and Apple were there, it was almost done, and they saw like everyone working together again, and it was all sweet, and they were able to, so Maddie was able to show her gratitude, and Maddie was saved from banishment. Was that the last chapter? I mean, before the epilogue? I'll get to the epilogue in a minute. Oh, there was the whole Raven and Apple started fighting about the whole storybook of legends again, and then Maddie decided to play a game. This is the first thing that in your the first thing that comes to mind. But yeah, everything seemed to be alright for the time being. They were all having fun with this little cleanup party, and then here's the epilogue. Also, very evil epilogues, what they called it. Oh, did I show you the pages? I think I did in one of my previous videos, but I like the pages. I'm sorry, I don't usually have books like that. It's just really pretty. I don't usually pay attention to like the pages or the covers, as I mentioned before, but I just really like these pages, and I don't know why. Then the epilogue, which is what, 3 pages? Like, most epilogues are usually that short, 1 or 2, sometimes 3 or 4 pages, but that's very rare. But this is 3 pages, and it's the Jabberwocky. he's been in that cramped little thing for a long time now, and he's like very tired and wants to rest but he's very upset because this is not Wonderland. He realized it is because it's not crazy and all weird and mad, and he doesn't like it. So he's decided to take a nap, and then he was gonna get revenge for being stuck in this awful, horrid place. And that's how the book ends. That's why I said that if you want to read this book, which I highly recommend, you have to read this book to understand. Because it leaves off a cliffhanger that this book fixes. How did I read this book years ago and not get confused? I don't even remember. Maybe that's how I figured out it was the third of a series, because I did get confused. That may be why. I don't know. It was years ago. I don't even remember. But yeah. But this book was actually really good. Started off kind of slow, but it definitely made up for it with all the suspense of Maddie and them trying to get the spell on time. And then it was heartbreaking watching Maddie think that they didn't care, or that Raven didn't care. And then Raven trying to figure out the spell, proving that she can do it. Apple trying to get all Royals and Rebels to work together to save Maddie, because that's the one thing everyone can agree on, that Maddie does not deserve this. And then trying to stop the evil queen, and then the little thing at the end, and then the whole Jabberwocky thing, and it was just really good, and I actually did enjoy it, and I read it in like 2 days. I didn't read much today, but I'm gonna definitely, I might read a couple chapters today. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm definitely gonna read tomorrow, and it probably won't take me long to get through this, because I'm like really intrigued already, and I just read the prologue, and I've already read it once, and I knew I loved it, so it won't take me long to finish it probably. I don't know when I'm gonna make a video on it. I'll try to do it like not long after I finish the book, but we'll see how it goes. What's this? My book? What happened to my book? It's like all weird. Okay. Anyways, yeah, it was a good book, and there are these chapters every so often where Maddie talks with the narrators. That happened in the first book, and it's probably going to be in the third book too. Maddie chats with the narrators, and then these chapters are always short, like 2-3 pages at most. See, this one's only 2. Here's the other page with it, and it's a lot different than the other ones because they use purple text for the Maddie talking, and then the normal text for the narrator talking to Maddie. See? And it's really weird because on these chapter headings, they always sometimes they scratch things out and put something new. I don't know why. Maybe it's because they thought it would be fun. Let me find another chapter, see if I can find an example. But I can. Okay, this one doesn't show crossing out. I know there are some of these chapters that have words crossed out and then writing new words instead of just writing the new words. I don't know. It's weird. But they did that on purpose. It's obvious. This one has a word underlined. Such skullduggery as this? Come on, I know there is. I mean, this one, Maddie Chats with Narrator, has chats with crossed out and then sneezes all over. Maddie sneezes all over the narrator. Not literally, but yeah. She gets very allergic reaction from me. Is that the one I could find? Because I know there's more. Or at least there was in the last book. Is that the only one in this book? Oh, here. It said irrefutable evidence. It crossed that out and put proof in a poof. Told you I'd find it. But the beginning of each chapter has purple for the big letter, for the first letter, and then pink for the rest. See? Very colorful. Very colorful indeed. Plus all of this around here, like this, and then it goes down purple. That's why pages are like that. I don't know how we got on that topic. But yeah, it was a good book. I do recommend it, and you should all check it out if you're a fan of Ever After High. If not, then you probably won't like it, but if you are, you should. I recommend it. So I hope you enjoyed my video. Please like and subscribe and comment what you thought of this book. Okay. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you next time.